Hello, my name is Joseph Pirayo. I want to welcome you to today's program in the beginning, Ashur. As always, this is a live program you're seeing right now, and if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them. If you can answer it, I will do my best. If not, for other programs, we have question and answers that we will cover that. Uh, Before I start the program, yesterday we found out a great legend, great singer, Evan Akasi passed away uh, on September 17th, yesterday. I believe there was some issues there was a brain tumor. Regardless, uh, Evan was for a long time, I think September 25th, if I'm not mistaken, was his birthday, 1945. And like 1 week short of turning 79. And if I'm not mistaken, over 50, 55 years of dedicated to the Ashuri music. And he was loved by all of the Ashuris in the world, regardless. You take it from Australia, uh, United States, Canada, Europe, especially Middle East. He's been to Khabur, he's been to Atra, and it's just very well known, beautiful songs. And I don't know how many of you know that most of the songs that he was singing, they were written by his brother Givergis Agasi, Giv. And I knew Evi and his family. We were close friends a long time ago when my parents were alive. They used to come to our house in San Jose. And also his late brother, Ninus Agasi, younger, he passed away some years back. We were friends with him, and it's just another it's part of life. The moment we are born, the clock starts. It is what you make of your life, and Evi is forever will be remembered for music, songs, patriotic songs, love songs, fun songs, you name it. And just wanted to give tribute to him, condolences to the family and the Ashur Nation. And now the program that I will start is that last week we had title of the last week's program was in the beginning. I'm sorry. The program is in the beginning, Ashur, was one name, one nation under Ashur. And I had prepared uh, to follow up on the information that I had shared before. There was more information that I was planning to share. Then I noticed a few of you both on YouTube channel, Assyria TV YouTube channel, and oh, I forgot one thing before I continue with the program. Assyria TV has prepared a tribute to Evan Agassi. After this program, like 5, 10, 15 minutes later, there is a tribute that Assyria TV has produced and will be sharing it with the Ashur Nation all over the world. I almost forgot about that. Okay, back to One Nation under Ashur. As I was saying, we were looking at the Assyria TV YouTube channel and the Facebook page, and there were comments, there were shared information, which I was thinking about. On YouTube, we had something like over 445 views, and on Facebook, we had over 45. Okay, let me see if I said it right. About 450 views on YouTube channel and over 4,500 plays on Facebook. Now, why am I mentioning it is that we had some comments that were made, and I would, sorry, share some of them with you without using the names because uh, I think it's your choice to put the comment in there, but I don't want to put names. Sometimes, last time I did that a few programs ago, the person asked me to take my name, just put the comment. So I'm just going to go over some comments. The reason I'm sharing these comments is that when I do a program, it's a one-way communication. as my cousin used to tell me, Joseph, you sit there, you keep talking without anybody saying anything to you. You say whatever you want to say without challenge or anything like that. Well, you can challenge me anytime. But the one-way conversation kind of changes when you put comments, and regardless, it doesn't matter if you like the program, you dislike the program, if you agree or disagree. This specific subject, One Nation under Ashur, I had other programs that they were comments, which it wasn't worth going through it, because sometimes to answer it on Facebook, because you start arguing on a Facebook page, which is I've noticed it's useless. It's just waste of time. It's like a couple of people going back and forth. I rather do a program so everybody else knows what the story is all about, rather than just, anyway. So I'm going to go over some of the comments that they were made. And I do appreciate comments regardless. I do appreciate all the views on YouTube, Assyri TV YouTube channel, and on Facebook. So there were three on YouTube. And let's go over the first one, because the comments that were made, it was very personal to me. Uh, the first one says that after watching the program, it says, mindsets exploded with disinformation. Thank you, Horo Ashur. I hope that all our people will unite in one name to build a state that protects us and is our language and our identity. Yeah, let's hope too. But one thing that got me was says mindsets exploded with disinformation. This is exactly what happened to me when I found out about this information, because I didn't know. I don't know how many of you, let me say it in a different way. There is a Persian saying. It says, "Zegahware ta gur danish beju." If I want to translate it in English, it would say something like, from cradle to grave, seek knowledge. Why am I saying this? Because some years back, I just, when I was in LA, we went to this so-called church, but it was more like a school. They were teaching about Bible, and I learned something about the resurrection and the importance to Christian faith, because without Jesus being alive, the Bible, Christianity, everything just go through garbage. Because why? And it was like the way it was, I said, oh, wait a minute, I need to learn more about. So you keep learning. And every time I open the door, another door, I have to learn about this, learn about that. So when I saw that mindsets exploded with information, when I was exposed to that information, it just blew my mind. And I had to settle down, like when I was doing program, how to communicate that. And in this case, my friend who put that comment, I exactly know how you feel. I felt with the same emotion. As for your thanking me, it's my pleasure to share all of this with you. It is up to you what you decide to do with it. And of course, it is our hope that our people will unite, one name, building the state, and, to protect us and our language and identity. That's the great hope. Now, there was another comment. We can show that too. I'm just going to go over some of these comments because they're very interesting, and I really appreciate every single one of them. This one says, absolutely right. All Assyrians equally about the program. Now a hard task faces us, and that is how to maintain our language and culture. As far, well, before I go further, so hard task faces us, that is how to maintain our language and culture. These are the things that we communicate together with the community that you are in, whatever the country is, because the program has been seen all over the world, wherever our people are. And in that community, you work to preserve our language and culture. And as far as religion is concerned, Assyrians are invariably Christians. I have no doubt that will last for a long time yet. Maintaining culture and language while educating our children is very challenging. That is where we have to work together. That's a great, great comment, educating our children. And in order to educate our children, I believe I have to be educated first before I tell my children what to learn. If I don't know, or if I've been taught wrong, then I'm passing the wrong information to our children. But thank you for the comment. That's we have to work together, definitely, of course, for sure. The third comment, which is under Ashur, no thank you. Believe me, this is where I was before I was exposed to the information. See, one thing that I've learned in my life is that, especially when it comes to faith, when it comes to be patriot, these two, sometimes people say they are separate, but from the day one that Ashur was established, our ancestors believed in Creator. That is a fact. It's not something that I'm coming up with. But as we learn, as we move on, when I was exposed to that information, realize what Ashur means, who Ashur is in Bible, our ancestors, why our ancestors were the first people that became Christian without being forced, like how Europe was forced to change what they call it, their whatever they were worshiping to Christianity. So yes, I understand. If I didn't know, when somebody told me this, I said, "Hey, what are you talking under Ashur?" No, thank you. We learn. The door is open. If you want in your heart to learn, to as we say, as I said, from cradle to grave, seek knowledge. Expose yourself to more knowledge. Have an open mind. See, somehow, especially when we are Christians, looking at the denominations, they stay in one place. They just stay in one place. They're comfortable. There is pretty much no teaching. Those of you that go to these traditional churches, that 1 hour, 2 hour is the same raza, it's the same mass, right? And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but you don't learn anything. It's just you're doing the same thing every time. And you tell me, how many people, like when you get up in the morning, those of you who are Christian, Ashuri Christian, you can't wait for Sunday to come, so you go attend church, whatever denomination you have. We have thousands of people live in San Jose, and pretty sure 99% of them, you ask them, they say, we're Christian, we belong to this denomination. If that would be the case, we have like 5 or 6 of them in San Jose. That's the Church of the East, the Chaldean Church, the Protestant churches, there are like 4 or 5 of them. They wouldn't be able to hold these people if they attended, but they're not. Why? Ask yourself this question. One thing is that as I've learned about my faith, every time I looked at these denominations, they have boxed themselves, opening up, teach people about their faith. That's what I've learned. So under Ashur, no thank you. It's up to you. There is information up there. Open your heart and open your mind. And these were from the YouTube. Then a brother shared something that was very interesting. I'd never seen this before. Can we show that book? It's called Arameans and the Making of Assyrians. And I believe the author, his name is Johnny Messo, is, I believe, the president of Aramean Society somewhere. Is it Sweden or Germany? Doesn't matter. So he has written a book. And can we bring it closer, the photo, like that missing part that he took, looks like an Assyrian flag. Like in the book, there is like a puzzle piece that shows that red one. So this person is moving a piece of the puzzle, and when you're looking at it, is that Ashuri part, as if this was added or he's taken it out because that's missing. I haven't read the book. I just saw in the comments somebody shared that information with me, and the title was The Making of the Assyrians, Arameans and the Making of the Assyrians. And then there was this comment from certain professor. Can we show that too? So this is Professor Dr. Werner Arnold, University of Heidelberg. I think this is Germany, right? He says, well documented and long needed book on the multidimensional identity of the Arameans. It makes complex and confusing matters simple and clear. Now, the problem is that this is a professor. You know, the title, oh, professor said that, so it must be right. Well, I've been around 62 years. I'm 62 years old. Long time ago, I found out, unfortunately, I found out through my faith and through my learning and education. A title doesn't mean that person knows what he or she is talking about. When it wasn't my faith, I used to think these people wearing these clothes, being part of these traditional churches, being a Syrian Church of the East, Chaldean, the Syriac, no matter what they were, I thought because they are wearing these, they know what they're talking about. I still respect the clothing, but I don't respect the communication, the way they are representing, because I know there's a book I read, then there are PhDs that I've talked to regarding faith, regarding culture, regarding Ashur, and they don't know what they're talking about. So when it says professor of University Heidelberg, sorry, professor, especially specifically this subject, I don't need to have a PhD to argue with you, Mr. Professor. The making of the Assyrians, there was another comment at the bottom. Let's put it in there too. So at the bottom of the comment that the professor is making, let me read that one for you too. Let's see. It says, this most recent book on the fascinating history, identity, and language of the Arameans, otherwise known as Syriacs. Right there, confusing starts. But it says, also discusses how some of them became, quote, Assyrians after European and American travelers, map makers, missionaries, archaeologists, and colonial powers came to the Middle East in the 19th century. Keep that in there, because I would like to, this is the claim to fame of Arameans. If you remember, when I put when the flyer was made about the program, One Nation Under Ashur, I put the three flags, the Assyrian flag, and I call it the Assyrian flag because it's not the Ashur flag yet. Once it become one, I will call it Ashur. For now, let it stay Assyrian. Then Chaldean flag, then Aramean flag. And you see in the book, they have this Aramean flag and taking that piece of puzzle out, like some of these Arameans, because of the influence, the other part, the part that talking about Europeans came, let's stick to that part. What do we know? I don't have PhD, okay? I don't have PhD in anything. And we have this PhD professor making comments, and at the bottom that you can put that part that they're talking about the Europeans, because I want to be clear. See, there are information being shared out there, and sometimes we say, can you put that part, the other part that says the Europeans, what they did? Yeah, because I want people to realize where I'm coming from. See, what happened in 19th century? They started digging. Archaeology found out about Nineveh. They found out about this empire, lost empire. And by the digging and the writings that they found, the cuneiform writings that they found, they said, oh, these people, they worship a god named Ashur. There is King Ashur Banipal, Ashur this, Ashur that. Everything was Ashur. Of course, they used, from what I recently found out, they used the name Assyrian. Now, Assyrian comes from the Greeks, and Greeks, since they don't have she in their language, instead of calling us Ashur, they call us Assyrian. So we have to follow some Greek that back when we had an empire, they didn't know where head was, where their end was. We have to follow what they write about us, what our name is. But that's not the argument right now. I shouldn't get too excited. The thing is that 19th century, all these excavation found, and it says some of these Arameans became Assyrians, quote, like there is no Assyrian, right? Okay. After these European American travelers, mapmakers, missionaries, archaeologists, colonial powers came to Middle East, they all decided to create this name for what purpose? So nobody would talk about Aramean. So they have to raise the Aramean nation. Is that what happened? Have you read this book called Bible? What are the mentioning of the Aramean Empire? We have Tiklat Pileser, we have Ashur Banipal, we have Sancheriv, Sarchedon, all these names, right? Locations. Ashur Empire is responsible for removing the 10 tribes from Northern Kingdom. Now, there is Aram mentioned. There was Aram, that there was maybe empire or something. But all of these diggings, nothing was found about Aram. Another thing that just came to my mind before I started doing the program, I have a classmate. His first name is Aram. I don't want to say his last name just in case, doesn't want me to say it. This classmate of mine, his name is Aram. And he's Armenian. Aram is a very popular name for Armenians. Did you know that? Armenian, like Armenian, Armenian, same people? I don't know. I'm just looking at what is out there. But coming back, Assyria. Assyrians are new development, new creation, but originally it was Aramean. Let me go through some. I don't know where to start. Dr. Wigram, he's talking about an introduction to the history of the Assyrian Church or the Church of the Sassanid Persia Empire from year 100 to 640 AD. Is that what this guy is talking about missionaries? Because this guy was a missionary from Anglican Church, Archbishop of Canterbury, the head of the Church of England or Great Britain. I don't know exactly, but Church of the England. Not the head, but the head is the king, but the active action power in their hand. Dr. Wigram was commissioned to come to our people. And he writes a history. When did Arameans become Christian? Are they Christian? Did they become Christian when they were Armenian? Where is the history? Share that. See, we have proof. I'm not saying this is the proof, but this is the information out there. Somebody is writing about the church history of the Assyrian church, Dr. Wigram. This is 1920. Then we have Raymond Cap, missing links discovered in Assyrian tablets. Do we have any Aramean tablets from the Aramean Empire? I don't know. Is there? Please share that. Missing link. And this missing link is not just any missing link. They're talking about finding out the lost tribes of Israel. And the only people that could really know what happened to them is the people who captured the pieces, which is the Ashur Empire. This is somebody named Ragozin. He wrote a book, Story of Assyria. Where is story of what is called? Aram? There is some name. It's blows my mind. Well, not that it blows my mind, but anyway, massacres, resistant protectors. This comes the closest that you can claim of the Aramean, but these are the ones that they call themselves part of the Syriac Orthodox Syriac Church. They were all Ashuri. Later, they're using these people as Aramean, but when you read the book, you see when the persecution starts in Turkey, well, these Syriac Orthodox people lived. They killed most of them. Some of them came towards northern, what they call it, the Turkey, the Kari Mountains. Then they came south to Urmi, to Iran, Persia. So they all were one people, making of Assyrians. Then there is another book by Dr. Rigran, The Assyrians and Their Neighbors. Why did they write these books? Why is it so important? Who are we? Why are we, why would they want to let people know? When I was reading that book about archaeology, it said when they found out, when the discoveries were made in Nineveh and Mosul, that time it was part of the Ottoman Empire, northern Iraq of today, they found out there is another civilization that was older than the Egyptian. And it was on fire. Either was Europe on fire, or France on fire, or England on fire, regardless. It changed the attitude, the mentality, people that they wanted to know. They added to their information. Before that, Egypt, Egypt, Egypt. When the information came, they said, wait a minute. The information is reliable. We are deciphering these cuneiform tablets. We're deciphering what is written there, the dating of the tablets, and everything goes before Egypt. And the open-minded, open-hearted people in Europe, they said, Egypt was top. Now that we have the information, Ashur. Information. If there was no excavation, there was no archaeology, if there was nothing done, Egypt would still be the so-called cradle of civilization. This is what happened to me. Before I knew, I used to respect people that were clothes, had beard, cross on their chest, or these what they call Protestant preachers. They dress nice glasses, nice suit, and the way they perform. Oh, he must be right when he's saying. Then I checked the information. I didn't want to check, but I was exposed to information. As back in 19th century. Yet with all of this, thank you for sharing that on the Assyria TV Facebook page about this Aramean business. Today I wasn't going to talk about this. Let me throw some things out there. Can we show that tetragram? I'm trying to act like I'm a professor, throwing at you big names. Tetragrammaton. I was going to talk about this. Next one. Hashem. What's Hashem? Then this one here, the name of God that is mentioned in Bible, because it blew my mind. It was like, wow. But we will get to that. Before getting to that, you see what is out there. Aramean, I don't know why they're doing it. What is the benefit? What is the motivation? I mean, if you're honest, if you're checking for the facts, there is no Aramean that us, Ashuri, or as they call it, Assyrian, came out of. Why is it bothering you? Isaiah 19, if Mr. Johnny Meso or Hesso, what is his name? Johnny Meso, are you Christian? Do you believe in Bible? It says, blessed be Ashur, the work of my hands. Not blessed be Aramean. Just check it out. God's name says Ahiya Ashur Chai. Again, you're getting to the end in the name of Ahiya Ashur Chai Mabqila. Thank you very much. And again, you can leave comments and everything else that you would like to share. We appreciate that. Thank you and God bless.
Sheikhani.